Welcome to the X2 Biosystems Integrated Concussion Evaluation Training. Today we'll be going over the Return to Play examination. To perform a Return to Play examination, select on an athlete that has been removed from play. Once you have selected on an athlete that has been removed from play, hit the action icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. This will prompt you to perform one of two tests, either another post-injury or a return to play exam. For our purposes today, we will go over the return to play examination. Once you select the return to play examination, make sure that you see the appropriate athlete's name in the left-hand corner of the screen. A return to play assessment is simply a symptoms checklist. As an athlete progresses through the return to play evaluation, you will monitor their symptoms daily as you see fit. In doing so, you will first select the date of the assessment. Then you will be able to move on to the symptoms component of the exam. As with the baseline and the post-injury, look for the large blue arrows that tell you what to say and what to do. This will guide you through the exam. Remember that your baseline information is on the right-hand side of the screen. Collect the information as the athlete reports the information back to you on how they're feeling at this time. Once you've completed marking all 22 symptoms, you will then be prompted to ask if these symptoms get worse with physical activity or with mental activity. If you have the athlete perform this exam by self-reporting, they will be prompted to hand the iPad back to the examiner, and the examiner will be able to see a symptoms summary on the next screen. The examiner will then give their clinical impression and also select how the symptoms were recorded. We then move into the summary component where we see the baseline for the summary as well as their current return to play examination. You can see that our athlete has returned to baseline, and we can now complete this component of the examination. They have completed the return to play stage, and we can indicate that they have completed the return to play stage 1. As you progress through the different return to plays, you will be able to move the wheel to indicate what stage of the return to play process they have completed. Once they have completed all 5 stages of the return to play, they will be able to then be reinstated into full activity once they are available and have completed all stages. We have completed return to play stage 1, and the athlete will then sign, as well as the examiner. And you can now see that we have collected a return to play assessment for our athlete. With our visual representation of how the athlete is doing, we can see our baseline. We can see how they did on their post-injury, and then also their gradual progression in the return to play process. I will show you an example of what a complete process may look like if you choose to use it this way. For our athlete Wilson Williams, he received a baseline on 7/31 of 2015, and a later date sustained a concussion. And over the course of the days, additional post-injury exams were given to track his progression through his concussion. Once he returned back to a baseline in a number of areas, you can begin to track the return to play progress in the return to play stages, and then eventually back to full participation. Those tests are collected here, and you are able to view those tests as necessary. This completes the return to play assessment.